What's up, guys? We're in for a treat next Saturday, December 7th with UFC 310. I'm going to be giving you guys early UFC prediction / breakdown type of video. The boy Mystic told us he wanted a video done. So I was like, you know what? I could take time out of my day to make a little video for you guys if that's what you guys want. This stuff's fun to me. I like doing it, so it's really no problem. I'm going to get into the video in a second, but I just want to say I appreciate all the Patreon members we have going right now. We've got a flood coming in right now because they see the success that's going on. We're up a shit ton in UFC. We're up a shit ton / MMA because we do PFL and boxing, stuff like that too. I know boxing's not MMA, but I just throw it in there. It's pretty much combat sports package. NBA is going crazy good. We've been very successful with NBA. NFL, we've been hit or miss. I'm not going to lie, we've been very inconsistent. But the weeks we've been hitting like thousands of dollars. So for the first fight on the card, we have Kennedy Nzechukwu taking on Brzeski. Kennedy Nzechukwu, he's a longer rangy striker. Pump his jab a lot. He's kind of patient. Throw some volume a little bit. Brzeski, he's really just a striker is all he really is. And he's not the best fighter, at all. He's not very good. He's, 1-4 in his last 5, as you could see. Check my notes. Yeah, he has no defense, no takedown defense. He has no cardio. Kennedy's going to beat the living shit out of him. He should take over a lot in that second and third round. It should get there. I would assume it gets there. But he should really take over once Brzeski gasses, and Kennedy's the play all day here. I don't really need to talk about it much more. The next fight of the night is going to be Guida taking on Chase Hooper. Chase Hooper, was the teenage dream. Now he's just the dream. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. His striking's not very good, but it's gotten a lot better. I used to call this dude out in boxing matches. I wouldn't be doing that shit no more. It probably whoops my ass in a boxing match. So his hands have gotten better. He's coming off that win over, freaking Vyacheslav Borshev. He's a kickboxer too. Really good kickboxer, and Chase was able to drop him. I think Borshev I don't think it's really a testament to Chase's striking as much as it is to the threat of the grappling. But yeah, he was able to drop him with that. Chase is now negative 1100, by the way. He beat Jordan Levitt, Nick Fiore. I mean, he's decent, you know what I mean? And he should be able to beat someone like Guida. Guida's on the older side. I don't know what's going on. My camera keeps freaking falling. I don't know if it's going to keep doing that. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, Guida, he's a wrestler, loves to wrestle, is more of a boxer on the feet. Sure, Clay's probably going to shoot on Chase here. And when he does, Chase is probably going to wrap something up, like guillotine or something. Some type of submission. Chase Hooper's the play all day. I don't really need to talk about this one much longer either. So for this fight, we have Chiesa taking on Max Griffin here. Chiesa is a grappler. Doesn't really do nothing else. If you guys been paying attention, he was on a 3-fight losing streak, right? Losing to all decent guys. I mean, Luque is not the best. Sean Brady's he's good. And Tolan's all right. But he came off that win over freaking Tony Ferguson where he submitted him, I want to say in the first round, right? Or was it second? I don't remember. First or second round. He's on the older side. Max Griffin, he's a tough guy. He's fought the who's who. Super durable. Mainly just a striker, though. And basically, the way this fight goes, Chiesa wins if he gets takedowns. Max Griffin gets the win if he keep it on the feet. I'm not 100. Both guys are old too, by the way. I'm not sure who I'm going with as of right now. Right now, I'm leaning Chiesa, and it will probably stay that way. But we'll see what happens as the week goes on. Everything will be on my Patreon. For UFC, it's only $1.99 a month, which is not much at all for the value we give you. So yeah, if you guys want to stay up to date to all my plays, all my updated confidence level picks, breakdowns, bets, everything, feel free to just join the Patreon. Everything's also up for PFL now. We have some big payout parlays going, along with some safety parlays, stuff like that. But yeah, on to the next fight. So for this fight, we're going to have Cody Durden taking on Joshua Van. Cody Durden, he's a wrestler. He's a relentless wrestler. He has good cardio. He's going to come forward for 3 rounds shooting takedowns. Joshua Van, he's just a striker. He's really just a boxer is all he really is. And he'll just throw. I don't know why I just said throw. Throw volume. That's all he keeps doing. He'll just consistently throw volume. He's not very good. He's beaten complete tomato cans out there, all the ducks. And when he fought someone real, Charles Johnson right here, he got knocked out. And it was pretty bad. I think it just comes down to if Cody Durden gets the takedowns. I think he does get the takedowns. I think his pressure is going to be too much. He's going to be constantly pressuring and shooting ridiculous amounts until he gets the takedowns. So give me Cody Durden here by decision. I think he'll be able to land 5+ takedowns in this one to get the decision win. So you guys see me break this fight down a few weeks ago for UFC 309. My opinion's not changing. I think the UFC was planning on setting up a fight where they know Chris Weidman could win in his hometown. Maybe he goes out on top. I think that's what the whole thing was about. That didn't happen. So now it's on UFC 310. And yeah, Chris Weidman's All-American wrestler. He's 3-7 in his last 10. He's lost to a lot of ducks, right? He is a former champion. His striking's whatever. Eryk Anders is 2-3 in his last 5. He's a former linebacker from Alabama. He's going to try to wrestle as well. But obviously he's not on the same level as Chris Weidman. I think Chris Weidman wins this fight, and if anything, I would say you bet this fight going to decision because I don't see a finish here. I think Chris Weidman picks up a decision win. So we're moving through this card pretty fast. We have Randy Brown taking on Bryan Battle. Randy Brown, he's a tough fighter, and this is a big step up for Bryan Battle here. Randy Brown is a good striker. He's very cocky. He has good head movement. He's going to pop his jab, but he's low volume. And I think that's what's going to get him in trouble here is his low volume. Bryan Battle, he's looked really good as of late. I want to say he's 6-1 in the UFC. Let me just double check real quick. 6-1 in the UFC with his only loss coming to Rinat Fakhretdinov, which it just really shows like Bryan Battle is never going to be anything in the UFC, like legit. He's really good. He's going to be a really good striker. He'll never be a champion. That's what I mean by anything. He'll never be a champion. He can't wrestle. Like defensively, it was embarrassing how bad he was to defend those takedowns. And at the time, we think Rinat's a killer. We loaded the boat on Rinat Fakhretdinov at -140 in that fight, which was a steal. I think we put like $300 to $500. I forget. Yeah, he's a really good striker though. You've seen in his last fight versus Kevin Jousset, he butchered him, knocked him out in the second round. Yeah, Bryan Battle, he has a lot of pressure. He pushes the pace, a lot of volume, and he could land power when he needs it. I think Bryan Battle gets a decision win here, and I think it just comes down to the fact that he throws more volume, and he's pushing the pace, and he's pressuring. I really think that's what it comes down to. So give me Bryan Battle by decision here. This is a really good fight that I cannot believe is on the prelims. We got Movsar Evloev, the undefeated Russian wrestler, taking on Aljamain Sterling, the former bantamweight champion of the world. This is a really good fight. You have Movsar Evloev, like I said, he's a really good Russian wrestler. Striking's decent, right? Pump and jab, pretty good. Aljamain Sterling, he's good wrestler, good jiu-jitsu. Striking's he more uses kicks for striking, keep it at range. So it's going to be Evloev trying to close the distance with his jab, I guess, versus Aljo's kicks. So yeah, Evloev getting into boxing range versus Aljo staying into kicking range. I think this fight stays on the feet. If it does go to the ground, I give the edge to Evloev because I think he's the better wrestler. I don't think he's getting submitted here. Aljo doesn't finish a lot of people. He really doesn't. Both have good wrestling, though. Don't sleep on Aljo's wrestling. I just think Evloev will probably win the fight on the feet, and I think he'll be able to be the better wrestler, which really changes things up. And if you guys look, like, Evloev is a prospect, but he's fought good guys. Beat Arnold Allen, who's all right. He beat Diego Lopez, who's almost as good as Aljo. He's on that level, you know. He beat Dan Ige. No, that's not really a good one. So he has those wins. He also beat Enrique Barzola earlier in his career, which is a good win. I just think Evloev's the real deal. I think he's going to win this fight by decision here, and he's going to be next for the title shot. You can't deny him no more. He should win this fight. Give me him at negative 245. So this is an interesting fight. It was supposed to be Vicente Luque versus Nick Diaz, but Nick Diaz has been having personal problems. I'm not going to talk about it. That's his business. I hope everything gets better. Themba Gorimbo is stepping in on short notice here. He's a wrestler. That's really all he does, is he wants to wrestle. His striking defense is not the best. Like, if you've seen his fights, he can get touched, he can get hit. Could be a problem against Luque. He's just going to wrestle, though, from the get-go in this fight. Vicente Luque is a jiu-jitsu guy. He's a typical jiu-jitsu guy. Good offensive striking, good offensive jiu-jitsu, bad takedown defense, bad striking defense. It's really what it is. His takedown defense is terrible, and I think Themba Gorimbo does get the takedowns. Now, will he get subbed by Luque, caught in a guillotine or something, or will he not? I think that's really what it comes down to. And like we said, it is a big step up in competition, but Luque is not that good. His takedown defense isn't there. There's a clear path for Themba Gorimbo. I think he gets it done. Could I be wrong? Sure. It's not my most confident pick, but I'm going to take Themba Gorimbo in this one. I just think he's good enough to get the decision win here. Now for our final prelim fight on the card, we have Anthony Smith taking on Dominick Reyes. I'm excited for this fight. I don't really care for Dominick Reyes. I don't really care for Anthony Smith, but it's a good fight. Anthony Smith, he's a grappler. He's on the older side. He's fought for the belt before. Both guys have got beat by John Jones. Anthony Smith, he doesn't have the best chin. He isn't the best fighter at all. He beat Roman Dolidze. Vitor Petrino's not very good. If you just dig into his back, he started MMA late. He's not a well-rounded guy or anything. So, lost to Roundtree, beat Ryan Spann, lost to Johnny. He's just a journeyman type fighter that most people, he's pretty much the stepping stone. That's what you could say. He's the stepping stone they give to prospects when they need him to put him on that stage, I guess. And Dominick Reyes, he's finally coming back with a win after losing 4 straight. He lost to John Jones. I don't care what any clowns say. He lost to John Jones. He clearly lost 3 rounds. Too many of you guys get emotional, can't watch the fight for what it is, and you don't score by rounds. You're just like, oh, he looked good here, so yeah, let's just see John. I don't like John, so yeah, Reyes won. Let me give Reyes that fight. He didn't beat John Jones. John Jones beat Dominick Reyes there, 3 rounds to 2. It was close, yes, but and that knockdown, you guys say, it was not a knockdown. It was literally a slip, but he was just off balance. So Dominick Reyes, he lost 4 in a row, lost to Jones decision, knocked out by Jan, knocked out by Yuri, knocked out by Spann with a jab. So his chin is terrible. He's a striker though. His takedown defense is pretty good, and I think his takedown defense will hold up here, and I think he's going to be the better striker on the feet. So I could see him knocking out Anthony Smith in this fight and finally getting back on track. Maybe he could fight Johnny Walker after. I think that's a good fight. Him and Johnny Walker, 2 glass jaw rats. Yeah, give me Dominick Reyes in this spot, and then hopefully he calls out Johnny Walker. That's what I want to see next. So this is a fight I don't really care for betting-wise purposes, but it is going to be a super exciting fight. It's the first fight on the main card for a reason. We got Choi taking on Nate Landwehr, Nate the Train. Nate the Train is a tough bastard who just fucking eats shots and keeps coming forward. He doesn't quit on himself. He's just gritty, really gritty. He's tough to beat and put away. Choi, he's coming off. So he was out for 4 years, I want to say. So he came back after 3 years, fought Kyle Nelson, and beat Bill Algeo. He hit him with the left hook, kind of hurt his eye or something like that. Choi likes to just stand and bang. He loves to fucking stand and bang. He's kill or be killed. Both these guys will shoot, though, and I expect someone to shoot. I don't know who it is. I'd probably say Nate the Train. It's a good fight. Someone's going to get finished, in my opinion. Give me Nate the Train, but it's not an official pick at all. I wouldn't bet this fight, like I said. Yeah, it's a stay away spot for me. I just want to watch it and enjoy it, to be honest. So for this one, I'm already going to tell you who I have. It's Bryce Mitchell all day. He's not losing this one. Both these guys are grapplers. As you can see, Gracie, last name, he's the better grappler here. Pure grappler, but this is MMA. And Kron Gracie is not good at MMA. He's 5-2. He's coming off, what is he, like a 4-year layoff to fight Charles Jourdain, and he just looked absolutely like dog shit. Took another 18 months off, and now he's coming back to fight Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell's not losing this fight, guys. He's going to pick apart Kron Gracie on the feet, and Kron Gracie's going to make Bryce Mitchell look like an elite striker. Bryce Mitchell's, yeah, he's not losing this. Give me Bryce Mitchell all day. No need for me to sit here and ramble and break that shit down even more. High confidence pick. So now we got Alexander Volkov versus Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane, he's the best striker in this division. I don't think it's really close. He outstruck Francis Ngannou, made Francis look like he doesn't belong on the feet. And Francis isn't a good striker to begin with. He just has a lot of power. I mean, he's a good striker, but he's not like elite like people think. He just has a lot of power. And Cyril Gane is his real weakness, and the reason why he's not champion is he has no takedown defense. He's absolutely lost when it comes to takedown defense. He's lost when he's on his back. Francis Ngannou wrestled him. Jones made him look like a fucking toad. It was super easy for John Jones. And Cyril Gane in this one, this is a rematch, by the way. He beat Volkov last time, outstruck him, right? And he'll shoot takedowns. I want to say he shot a few takedowns in his last fight versus Volkov as well. And yeah, he could offensively grapple a little bit, but defensively, yeah, good luck. Alexander Volkov, super good kickboxer. He's just not a better striker than Cyril Gane. I think it's close, but he's not better. And if Volkov doesn't shoot takedowns, which he can do, he's not going to win this fight. If this fight stays on the feet, Cyril Gane's winning this all day. He's the way better striker. Or he's the clear better striker. Not way better, but clearly the better striker. This one, if Volkov doesn't mix it up, Cyril Gane's the pick all day here. So we have Shavkat, Rakhmanov taking on Ian Garry, the two undefeated prospects to determine the #1 contender for the title, to fight Belal Muhammad when he comes back. So this is a 5-round fight. Don't forget that when you guys are betting on this. Both these guys have not been 5 rounds in the UFC. We have Shavkat Rakhmanov, who is a grappler, nasty grappler. He has a 100% finish rate. He's a decent striker on the feet. And if you look at his wins, I mean, he mauled Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, beat Jeff Neal. That was a good fight. I was there for that fight live. And he subbed Jeff Neal in the last round. He couldn't get him down, which Jeff Neal has good takedown defense. And he just outstruck Jeff Neal for 3 rounds, which that's pretty impressive. He beat Neil Magny, mauled him like it wasn't even close. And then these other ducks or whatever. But Shavkat's a really good prospect. He's a really good fighter. And he's going to have to get the takedowns here, in my opinion, as we have Ian Garry, who is a good striker. He's not elite. As you've seen in the Michael Venom Page fight, MVP made him look like a prima donna on the feet. But yeah, like I said, he beat Michael Venom Page, beat Jeff Neal, right? Beat Neil Magny, knocked out D-Rod. That was crazy. Yeah, he knocked out Kron Song. I was there for that fight as well, when Ian Garry almost fucking got dropped. Fun little fact, I would have turned, $400 into $6,000 my last 2 legs. Valentina Shevchenko and John Jones. John Jones won, also won by submission. And Valentina lost that fluky fight to Alexa Grasso, which was crazy. But yeah, $6,000 I won't ever get back. I think Ian Garry is well-rounded. He can offensively wrestle too, but I don't think, obviously he's not going to be able to wrestle against someone like Shavkat. His wrestling's not even close to being somewhere on the level of Shavkat's. Shavkat's going to be the better wrestler here, for sure. I think he's going to be the better fighter here. I think he's going to get the fight down to the ground. I think he's going to win this fight. Obviously, if the fight stays on the feet, Ian Garry is the pick. I just don't think he could keep this one on the feet. Give me Shavkat here. He should win with probably medium confidence, I'll say. He's not high confidence, but he should win this fight. So now we got the main event. We got Alexandra Pantoja taking on Kai Asakura. Kai is from Ryzen. He's mainly a striker. He's flashy kicker, kickboxer type striker. That's pretty much his style. Never really seen him against anybody who has wrestling, and that's going to be a big problem here because we got Alexander Pantoja, who's a ridiculous and relentless grappler. He's going to come forward, be in your face the whole 25 minutes, and he's just going to shoot takedowns till he gets them. He's tough as hell. He has the most heart I've seen in a long time out of a fighter, and I think it's going to be a real problem here for Kai. He's taken a massive step up, and you just look at history, this doesn't work. It never works out this way. He's coming off a loss 2 years ago. And if you're taking losses and rising, you're not going to come in here and beat Alexander Pantoja. Pantoja is going to maul him on the ground. He's going to find a submission here. Yeah, give me Alexander Pantoja by submission with high confidence. So that's the early little predictions and breakdowns for you guys I have going. That's the full card. Our bets are not yet in, but they will be in very soon. Right after PFL's done, Friday, about around Friday evening, I'll probably be looking at UFC 310, placing some bets. I already have some spots where there's a possibility I do place my bets today on some of those spots. But yeah, there's not the most value on this card. There's not the best, it's not the best betting card, but it will be an exciting card for sure. And we're going to find our spots, and we're going to make sure we got you guys and myself profit for the week. And I'll probably see you guys in the next video, which will either be another breakdown video of this card if something changes, or it'll just be my most confident picks, which that's probably what it's going to be. I'll probably have that released Wednesday, so I'll see you guys Wednesday or Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving.